Hello everyone, I'm Women International Master Knarik and I'm using the chesswithknarik.com website to record this video. In this video, we're going to see different Rook Endgames where we're going to use different strategies and tactics in order to win as fast and as easy as possible, in as simple as possible in these positions. So here we have a Rook and Pawn Endgame. Um, each side has a rook, white has an extra pawn. But still, to play this endgame with rooks on the chessboard, it's going to take some time and it's going to be complicated. Um, so the easiest way, of course, is to simplify pieces and go to a pawn endgame that we know is winning. So for example, here, you can just pause the video and try to find how we can do that. In this position, we can just sacrifice our rook by capturing the h5 pawn. Now that's a check and also attacking the rook on h4. So basically, black is forced to capture our rook. Otherwise, okay, if the king just moves away, where we just have an extra rook and two pawns, which is very easy to win in this position. So definitely black is going to capture our rook, and here we are going to take our rook back, and there we go. That's a fork, and taking our rook back, that's a check, and attacking the h5 rook at the same time. Now, no matter where the king moves, let's say to g5 or g6, it doesn't matter. We're definitely going to capture the black rook, and here black will capture back. Otherwise, why leave the pawn here? Eventually, they will have to capture it. So black captures the pawn, and here we are. We have reached an endgame where we have a pawn endgame, where we have this extra pawn on b2. So all we have to do is we have to make sure that we're promoting here. And in this position already, uh, if we just push our pawn two squares forward, that's it. Black already can't stop our pawn from promoting. All we have to do is remember the square of passed pawns, and the passed pawn that we have now on b4. This is the square, and the black king can't get in that square. So definitely this is going to be a pawn that's going to promote, and with an extra queen, surely white is going to win this game. And let's see. So in this position, the key was in trying to figure out a way to simplify pieces and go to opponent game that we know is very simple, winning for us. Now, let's see the next position. In the next position here, again, white has two extra pawns and it's a rook end game. Of course, okay, we can play this for some time, and white can try to win this for sure. And because of course white has the advantage, but of course we can win it again as fast and as simple as possible using different tactics. For example, here we can simply uh, do what we notice that the black king has no moves to do, no safe moves to do, no legal moves to do. So what we can do is this: we can check black, which is going to force the black rook to move to g4 to capture this pawn, because otherwise black had no other moves to stop the check. And here what we can do is this: because we are already attacking the black rook and it's protected by the black king, what we can do is use remove a defender tactic. We can just remove the black king from the h5 square where it's defending the rook. So there we go. Just by a simple check, we make sure that the black king is moving away, because otherwise what will black play? Black, okay, the rook can block, but it's the same because we are attacking that rook twice with our pawn plus our rook. So, and if the black king just moves away, now we have an extra rook and an extra pawn, which is very, very easy for us, again, to win this end. Okay, let's see the next one. Uh, in the next position here, again, it's a rook end game. We have one extra pawn. Again, it's not going to be easy if we just keep the rooks on the chessboard to play this game and win it. So what we can do is, again, try to trade the rooks and simplify and reach a pawn end game that is winning for us. Now, this is a bit tricky because the pawn that we have is on the edge of the chessboard. It's on the A file. It's on a rook file. So we have to be careful about that, because if we move to a pawn endgame where we have a rook pawn, most endgames with extra rook pawns don't win, end up in draws. So we have to be sure that when we're trading rooks, the resulting position, we can win. And so here, let's see, we can again use this strategy. Let's say I know that the king is protecting the rook and my rook is attacking, my king is attacking that rook. So if I remove the defender, I'll be able to get the rook. So we can simply give up our rook by checking black. Okay, if black moves away, we can simply capture the black rook. That's fine. So black's surely going to capture our rook, and we capture the black rook. Now, we said that it's very important that we be sure that in such positions, when we have one extra pawn and it's on a rook file, let's say the A file or the H file, we have to be sure that this is winning, because in many cases, it's not winning. In the majority of the cases, it's not winning. So here, after capturing the black rook, of course, black's going to try to control the key squares of this pawn on the rook file, which is either b7 or b8. If black is able to control those squares, then black will be able to stop our pawn from promoting. But that's what we can do as well. We can control that key square here, the b7 square, and now the black king is going to be far from our pawn and not be able to stop it from promotion. Since we were able to control b7 or b8, then definitely our pawn is going to promote, and white is going to win this game. Now, let's see the next position. In this next position, we already have, okay, we have 2 pawns, black has 3 pawns, but of course, white's advantage is that white has uh, the pawn that's going to promote in just one move. Of course, the black rook is just stopping that pawn from promoting. So we can try to deflect that rook, right? We can try to make that rook move away from the A file. Now, usually this is not easy, because if we just try to move that rook away by giving up a piece, the rook might not capture and stay on the A file, or the rook might just capture our pawn. But in this case, it's going to be easy for us to deflect that rook, because it just happens that the rook and the king are on the same rank. So here, all we have to do is just give up our rook with a check. So here, what will black play? It's a check, and we are attacking the rook at the same time. What black can do here, let's see, if the king just moves away, it's going to be very easy, because we capture the rook and promote. And if the rook is capturing our rook, accepting our sacrifice, then we can simply promote our pawn, and okay, we have a queen versus a rook. And we're playing this endgame. We also have a pawn, which is also good for us, because here right now, definitely the rook cannot capture the pawn, because let's see, if the rook captures, we can definitely get that rook, because king and a rook are too far from each other, and that they're already on the same diagonal. We can just skewer and win the rook. Okay, let's see, let's go back, and surely this endgame with a queen versus a rook, of course, black also has pawns, but it's not really relevant, because it's an open chessboard, and with our queen we can keep on checking and win the black pawns, and also we have an extra pawn that's helping us, which makes things much easier in this endgame.